Everyone knows dogs like to fetch balls. Adventurers like to beat bad guys and break things. So what would you get if you combine a dog and an adventurer? In this review of Arkan the Dog Adventurer, we'll find out. I'll also let you know if Arkan has been a good boy or a bad doggy that should be kept in his crate. Arkan the Dog Adventurer brings an interesting twist to the brickbreaker style of games. In this game, you play as Arkan, a dog adventurer who's also a mage, on some sort of adventure. The game itself doesn't tell you, so we'll just imagine he's on a quest to find the ultimate bone. As Arkan, you wield a magical staff that can throw and then reflect a ball when you hit it, which you then use to break blocks, damage enemies, and collect stars. Unlike some other brickbreaker games, rather than bounce the ball from the bottom of the screen to the top, you're bouncing the ball from the left of the screen to the right side. Arkan can jump and double jump to allow you to reach platforms throughout each stage and get you close enough to reflect the ball back and break some more blocks. He also has a teleport ability that is tied to the L2 button that instantly moves you to the right a little bit and slows down time briefly. This can be used to avoid incoming projectiles or save yourself from falling down a pit. Arkan himself has an HP bar that represents the amount of hits you can take in each level. The ball you bounce has different levels of speed and strength, which increase with the amount of times you hit or dribble the ball without letting it fall out of the stage. The game takes place across 60 different stages, divided into 3 different regions, each which introduce different backgrounds, block types, and enemies. Enemies themselves range from little monsters that shoot projectiles at you, ghosts that send spectral hands through the ground to grab you, witches who leave hexes on the stage that will trap you temporarily, large monsters that shoot laser beams, and even dragons that'll shoot fireballs at you. Each stage plays out the same way, with enemies, bricks, and 3 stars laid out in different patterns on the right hand side. You need to defeat all enemies on screen to finish the stage. Collecting all 3 stars as well is used to unlock more stages and some of the trophies. The stages progressively get more difficult as you play, and there are 3 different difficulty levels for you to choose at any time: easy, medium, and hard. These affect the number of enemies that are spawned, as well as the frequency of their projectiles, which change the difficulty of each stage significantly. Sadly, there are no other mechanics to change up the gameplay. While adding more variety of enemies on the screen, all who have different types of attacks, makes for some really hectic gameplay in the later levels, the game definitely feels like it's lacking some variety, like power-ups that other brickbreaker games tend to have. I can only imagine what it would be like to unleash multiple balls at one time, or grow or shrink the ball, or possibly even speed it up even more. As it stands, I was able to complete the full game in just under 3 hours, getting 3 stars on all stages. The sound in Arkan the Dog Adventurer is not remarkable, but it gets the job done. There appears to only be one song that is played while playing the game, and while it never got annoying, I also found myself tuning it out very quickly. So while playing this game, listening to a podcast, audiobook, or your own music may not be a bad idea. The sound effects suit the game and are exactly like what you'd expect. Crashing sounds for the ball hitting objects, blocks breaking with swooshes, and magical noises when the ball moves and speeds up. The art style in Arkan is simple but effective. The graphics are bright and colorful, and while simple, they easily communicate what's happening on screen. I never lost sight of the ball or didn't know where Arkan was, which is impressive when dealing with so many projectiles and enemies on screen at one time. Arkan does include a platinum trophy, which I was able to get in about an hour or an hour and a half. This is a pretty easy platinum to get, as you don't have to even complete the entire game. Rather, you need to collect at least 100 stars out of a possible 180. You can even skip levels if you're having too much trouble with them. All of the other trophies come naturally throughout your time playing, things like breaking a certain amount of blocks, dribbling the ball a number of times, and even dying 10 times. While not revolutionary, Arkan the Dog Adventurer does provide a lot of fun. It knows what kind of game it wants to be and does a good job at it. If you're craving a brickbreaker style game and want a decent challenge, this may be the game for you. I do feel the lack of any kind of story, and the fact there are no power-ups or progression systems in the game besides collecting stars is a little disappointing, as that would have given the game a lot more replay value. Overall, I'd rate Arkan the Dog Adventurer a 6 out of 10. While not a game for everyone, if you're into the brickbreaker style games, it does offer a decent challenge and plenty of fun, and for only $6.99, it's a pretty good deal. Thank you to Sometimes You for providing me with a review copy of the game on PS5, and thank you so much for watching. And as always, happy gaming.